It just wouldn't be another day in Airstrip 1 without someone be, being arrested and charged over tweets. You know, the real crimes. Like, I mean, when I pay my exorbitant amount of taxes every year, I'm not interested in murderers, rapists, child traffickers. Not interested in any of that. It's these tweeters. That's where the police attention needs to be. I mean, far as people getting, killed and raped and trafficked and like having their stuff stolen or home invasions or kidnapped and all that. Yeah, okay, whatever, that's bad. But it's absolutely nothing compared to being offended. I mean, have you ever been offended? It's horrible. It's horrible. Worst experience of my life. Worst experience of my life. I've been offended twice and I still have PTSD from it. Absolutely terrible. Scars you for life. Scars you for life. It's nothing compared to rape and murder. Scars you for life. Murder doesn't really scar you for life because But being offended, however, it's terrible. And I'm so glad that this is where the police are focusing their time. Man sentenced over racist post after Euro 2020 final. See if I'm being completely honest, I'm amazed it was only one. Scott McCluskey, 43, was given a 14-week suspended sentence and must wear an electronic tag for 40 weeks. So basically, the police can constantly GPS track him. I don't know how that helps prevent him from posting tweets, but whatever. A man has been given a 14-week suspended sentence and must wear an electronic tag for 40 weeks over a racist comment directed towards black England footballers after the team's defeat at the Euro 2020 final in July. Scott McCluskey, 43, posted a status update on his Facebook profile shortly after England lost to Italy on the 11th of July, Warrington Magistrates Court held. He blamed three ethnic players for the defeat and then used a racial slur calling for them to be sacked. Marcus Rashford, Baki Osaka and Jadon Sancho all missed their penalties and were deluged with racist posts in the aftermath of the game, prompting a political debate about racism in football and wider society, because I think that debate has been going on for quite some time. It's pretty much all the culture war is filled with right now. McCluskey from Runcorn, Cheshire, pleaded guilty to a single charge of sending an offensive or abusive message by a public communication network, Section 127. That's what he was charged under. Describing it as a foul offence which has far reaching consequences. Yes. People died, man. People died. Tsunamis happened, the moon changed its orbit, all manners of things happened from that tweet. Do you have any idea what you've done? A man posts a tweet on Twitter and a hurricane happens in Japan. It's the racist tweet effect. It's, District Judge Nicholas Sanders sentenced McCluskey to 14 weeks imprisonment, suspended for 18 months, which means if he offends, a lot of Yanks, because some states don't really have this, right? Basically, if you've got a suspended sentence, it means it's suspended for 18 months. If you commit any crime during that 18 months, you will get whatever sentence you got for that crime, plus this extra sentence added on. After the CPS, Crown Prosecution Service, successfully applied for the sentence to be strengthened because of the hate crime element. Yeah, CPS, if you basically, the Crown Prosecution Service will not only seek to violate your human rights, basically what they've just done there is literally a breach of the European Convention of Human Rights, Article 10, but they will go out of their way to infringe your human rights as much as possible. Basically, going by this point and going by, past experiences, the CPS literally should be in front of the Hague. Literally, they should be in front of the Hague. They constantly violate human rights and will go to greater extents to violate them even more. Right, so, yep, CPS, they should be in front of the Hague. Repeated breach of human rights. McCluskey must complete 30 days rehabilitation. Re-education. Just call it what it is. And wear an electronic tag on Saturdays from 9 a.m. to midnight and Sundays from 12 p.m. to midnight for 40 weeks. Simon Green prosecuting told the court that McCluskey's Facebook post was met with condemnation and outrage by those who were friends with the defendant. McCluskey, who admitted to smoking cannabis on the night. Don't do that. Don't blame it on the weed, man. Don't be weak. I was smoking weed and the weed makes you racist. Shut up. Claimed he had posted the message to make people laugh, saying it was a joke. Yeah, that defence does not work. It does not work at all. And later deleted the post, but it was reported to Cheshire Police, and I guess Cheshire must be the safest place in all of Britain because the police decided to actually chase this up. The court heard that he had no previous convictions. The prosecution said at the time of posting feelings were high and there were already concerns about racist abuse online, particularly aimed at footballers. Just don't look at it. It's easy. I mean, I get hate constantly all the time, all day, every day. I either laugh at it or I just don't look at it. It's really easy. Joe Lazari of CPS Mercy Cheshire said that while millions of us watched the England team with pride as they reached the final of the Euro 2020 tournament, Scott McCluskey took to his Facebook account and posted vile racist comments about the players who had missed penalties. She said that for one of the people who saw his comments, it brought back racism she experienced as a child, and she felt angry, upset, and disappointed at having seen such a message in her own home. Go off the internet. Go off the internet then. In my own home. In my own home. I went online and I looked at the internet, and the internet is well known for like not containing any racist comments. And I went on the internet and I saw a racist comment. How could this be happening to me? Weak, pathetic, right? Like, it brought back feelings out. She felt angry, upset, and disappointed, right? Smashing. So that's worthy of an arrest then. That's worthy of an arrest. That means someone should be punished further. Making people feel an emotion, something that's completely uncontrollable, by the way, trust me. You can say things with the best fucking intent and people can still fly off the bloody handle. Emotions, yeah, pretty difficult to bloody control. So basically, if you can accidentally, by that metric, make someone feel angry, upset, and disappointed, I feel angry, upset, and disappointed in the justice system, and therefore people in the CPS deserve to be on trial. Legitimately, I'm not even saying it as a meme. I'm currently angry, upset, and disappointed. Therefore, charges for the CPS who prosecuted this case, and charges for the judge who found him guilty, because their actions have made me feel angry, upset, and disappointed. And it reminds me of authoritarianism that I have experienced in my life, and I can't believe that I've seen this in my own home. And therefore, that's worthy of an arrest. There you go. I'm waiting. I'm being serious. Arrest the people involved then. As well as the tag, McCluskey was also ordered to pay one of the victims £100 compensation. I'm sure that fixed all of his problems, paying a fucking England footballer £100. Costs of £85 and a victim surcharge of £128. Jesus Christ, it turns out people being racist to you is very profitable. The judge said that such posts were sadly widespread and rightly attracted national condemnation. It is something that is revolting. Nobody should abuse anyone for the colour of their skin. To do so against three young men clearly doing that their very best for their country is frankly sickening, and then it's the usual Guardian e-begging. Okay, well, basically what this man said, I don't support it, I don't agree with it. Basically, going, he missed the penalty because he's black. Come on, England, score some fucking goals. It's fucking... There's a lot of shit, right? That whole, they missed the penalty because he's black. Like, no, right, that's a lot of garbage. However, the man, again, has every right to say it, and the courts in this case violated his human rights because all he did was cause offence, and unfortunately, we live in an authoritarian nation where offending people is a crime. Well, sorry, not offending people. You can offend people, therefore, you can commit an act that the police agree is diabolical enough to warrant an arrest, but only in certain circumstances. Like, for example, murdering people is, it would be like saying, oh, murdering, for these reasons or these people, that's fine. But, if you do it to these people or for these reasons, then that's not okay. Basically, everyone would say, well, that's fucking horrible. Murder is a terrible, horrible act and should be illegal regardless of the circumstances. However, that's not the way that they feel about causing offence. In some instances, you are allowed to be hateful and allowed to cause offence, but only to certain people and under certain circumstances. So under certain circumstances, this apparently arrestable act is allowed and is permitted, and in many cases, encouraged. However, if you do it for certain reasons against special protected people, then off to jail you go, and your human rights will be violated. Ah, Jesus, every single day, man. Every single day you just see your country circling the fucking drain. Maybe we'll be free again one day. Who knows? Because like everyone goes out to do it just to be racist, just to be racist. Then, like you really think this shit stops at racist tweets? You really think it's going to stop there? Like if history's taught us anything, just look at any authoritarian dictatorship in the past. It never stops there.